Hello, welcome back once again to Ikesoft Original. It's been a while. We were learning the basics, the fundamental basics of Visual Studio, which is the language of VB.NET, and we learned a lot basing on the interface and the settings, the options in this software. Today, we're going to see how we can pop up messages with buttons. So, with no further ado, let's get started. From your toolbox, sometimes you may see that this is how your system looks like. Now, when you click on this toolbox, you will see your toolbox here. Good. You can click on this guy to auto hide, to turn off auto hide of the system. Alright, good. So, basing on this, you have gotten your toolbox pinned to the other side of your software. So let's get started. You can quickly search from here, which is button, and it will appear. You can then scroll down, search in there, then you get button here. There are a lot of ways adding tools to your project. This space provided for you, that is the interface development space. So whatever you will be adding will be added here. So adding this button, you can drag and drop the button. It will bring the button here. It will add one button. Or you can double click on this and it will add your button for you. That is very interesting. Good. So you can add multiple buttons and it will work. We will be using only one button for now. Now, because this form is sizable, the same thing applies to this. You can resize this as well. You can right click and go to properties or delete. You can copy, you can cut, you can select a particular form. Now you can then view codes, but that will be in our next lesson. You can lock this so that you can't drag it anywhere. You can unlock it so that you can drag it around. Right click on this, go to properties. Now when you go to the property section, you have your button 1. You can see that the name is button 1, so you have your button 1 settings here. Now bear in mind that when you add another button, that button is button 2, so it increases by 1. Good. So this button, you have its properties here. Now let's set the back color of the button to red. Now you will see that the back color of the button is now set to red. Now let's set the font size of the button. You can decide to choose any style, font type you want, and you can choose the font style. You can choose the font size, in which I'm going to choose 18 for now. Now you can see that the form is being the button is being added. The font size is being added to the button text. Now let's change the font color of the button. Let's make it white. And now you will see that the button has changed its color for the text. The text are always called 4 colors. Now let's set the text for the button, which is button 1. Wow. I'm sorry, my mouse is being misbehaving. Okay, let me connect my mouse to an external device so that I may get it right. Sorry for delaying your time. I am very happy for you to have patience for me, basically on this project. I believe my keyboard is a problem I'm facing now, my connection. So I will then add it once again. Then it's working now. So I will highlight this text and call it talk, or let's say or speak. Good. So on this test, when we select or when we start our project, you will see that it is quite beautiful. It is very interesting. You now have your form right here. When you click on speak, it won't do anything because we've yet not added any code to this. Let's stop this project. Click on the form. I would like to start the position from center screen from our previous lesson we learned earlier on, and I would like to change the back color to black, and this is it. I will also like to choose the maximize box to false and then the minimize box to false to get it this way. Good. Now to add a code to anything you add to your project, you double click or you right click and then you go to view codes, or you can simply hit F5 on your keyboard to enter into the code section. Now we want to add a code to this button, so you double click on the button for it to pop up a code for you. Now let me explain this code for you to understand. This code, we have a public class form1 here. The form1 is the name of the form, so we are working in a class which is our form. So we have started with public class, so definitely it should end with an end class. Now every code you will be adding on this form should be within this public class and this end class. So when I double click on this button, you will see that we have private sub because it is in this public sub or public class. You can't say public sub. It will then give you a different statement. So we say private sub and then we have our button 1, which is the name of this button. Now we have events. You can see that on top here we are working on the click event. So we have button 1 click. That means when we click on the button, that is what it should work. Now we have a lot of events here, but we won't be tackling on that for now. When we comes to this section, it is handling the button 1 click event. This event args here, it holds the button clicks event, and this sender here, it is working as an object, and this E is working as an event arg. So to add a code, that will be the main lesson for today. We are going to display a message. So what we will say is message box. Now you can see that when I type message, it brings a lot of commands. It helps you to speed up your codes when writing any codes. When I say message, you will see that it will pop up message box button, message box default button, message box icon, a lot of message. Now I need message box. So this message box is a valid code, but it doesn't work alone. So when I add dots, it will add three event codes. So I need the show. Now when I said message box.show, I haven't done anything. I need to show something. Now you can see that oh, come on, my mouse. Wow.